how Lord like, yeah, is there anything wrong with it?
So by mama, for us we share. It's a paper you guys share. We had discussed our finances because I didn't know very well how much my husband earns. We leave campus, I want a house of 1.2 and Mr. is earning Calero. I wish I'd known it, I wouldn't have suffered a lot.
Take your spotlight. If I wrote you a symphony, just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful?
Give us one of the most exciting moments in your marriage. One. I know you have many. Give us one of that moment and you're like, well, let you know. It excited me so much.
I have so many. One. I think the first day my husband bought me my first car. It was so exciting. It was a dream coming, you know. Yeah, the first car really made me happy. Yeah. So it's most
exciting. Me, the most exciting moment I've experienced since I said I do. It was my honeymoon. Yeah, in my, you know how, I don't know whether you guys, you've been there, but you know honeymoon, you're not worried of any child. Right now, if I'm to go out, I would make like all the time calling, checking on, it has just eaten, has just finished the bottle. But honeymoon, no phone calls. No worries of what I'm going to eat. Have you ever been in a place where you're not worried? Yamani, what we are going to do the following day. He knows what's on the next day? Shopping. Me, I don't know whether the money is there or not there, but nothing is shopping. But man, if we have to do it now, shopping. Hey, budget we cut but my honeymoon was so exciting. I wasn't worried of anything. I was just a free soul, enjoying the moment. I've not enjoyed that moment again.
You're going to, the kids are growing.
I pray.
I think also I would say my honeymoon. Because when I look here, there are quite a number of them, but like if it's about something that has excited me, stress-free wise, it's been really the honeymoon phase where actually not only the honeymoon phase, I think like the first 1 month of marriage, like you're in cloud 9, you're like
expectations are high.
You're not worried, the food is
but I think
it's okay.
To come down to, someone be like, of course honeymoon has to be like that. But ever since I've got married, my husband made me a surprise birthday. After now I don't believe myself. Like I'm like, am I waking up? Because he's
another one.
He's not.
No, you're sharing another, and I'm also going to share another one. That aside.
Yeah, but it was out of his way, because he's not the usual that you'd expect something of that sort. But it was very public, with a band, with what?
Yeah. They didn't invite us.
Yeah, that aside, just to break off and see the exciting moment. Once again, we are back. Wives Rising. My name Karim Nyine,
Barbara Emiru,
Beatrice Chimpi,
Sandra Banga.
And marriage is not what?
A straight line, but every day we strive to make it straight.
That's why we are here, Wives Rising, to see that we make this thing work. If you're to watch our videos, you will see us striving to make it work. And today's episode, we are going to talk about how to navigate in the first years. Yeah, most people say by the first years are hard. The first year, okay, those first 1 to 5 years, they are hard. But we are here to give you some of the tips, especially the newly wedded couples, the young couples, because for us we are mature. So we want to share our experiences, at the same time give you tips on how to navigate, how to merge your expectations, your conversations during courtship, and see how best you can have it work.
Amen.
Actually, one time someone said, if someone told me, more than one person have told me, if someone goes through the first 3 years, if someone, actually, if the number is 3, I don't know why, if someone goes through the third year of marriage, then they will be married.
But if it was not in the first year, we wait for ahead.
It's what to say, but
it's just a saying.
It's a saying because usually they say if they assume that the first year you've mastered a bit a few things, then the second year you've tried, the third year you grounded, then you're swimming through.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the thing, but it's not a constant.
Yeah, it's not constant.
It is not a constant. So we are here to share. Barbara, tell us the first year. Okay, your advice, then maybe your experience, and see how we can navigate, because we've been talking about your checklist, the things you want, those who've not watched up the past videos. Go back and follow. Yes? Then the second, the third, no, we are here. Tell us, advice.
Our first year, well, for me, I wish we had discussed our finances. Yeah, I know we mentioned it sometime, but I wish we had discussed our finances because I didn't know very well how much my husband earns. You leave campus, I want a house of 1.2, and Mr. is earning Calero. I wish I had known, like, I wouldn't have suffered a lot with. I can't have these people. I can't have these people over because I'm not comfortable with my home. You understand? So I'm not very comfortable with my home because it's not what I wanted. Yeah.
So
but because of our budget, I struggled a bit there. But I wish I had known how much and like settle in with that. I would be.
So when we're talking about discussing finances, you are?
I am a victim.
So let's go back and talk about
These things.
And how did you navigate through like the finances? How did you?
I learned to be contented, and I learned to know that people who have cars,
They've worked
for them. It took them time. They didn't. Maybe they have a car after 5 years. I'm just months in and I'm crying for a car. I'm not going to give birth without a car.
You will give back.
So I know I got contented. I'm like, these people worked. This man that we admire has this kind of job and mine doesn't.
Wow.
So I learned to be contented, and I learned to know that it's a process. It won't come, but it will come, and it came. Yeah.
There is a saying that the first year's marriage is a wet cement. It is ever wet. Finances are still wet. Everything wet.
Yes.
The character is still wet. So you're trying. So Beatrice, share with us, how has the wet cement got dry? Like the first years of marriage.
The first years of marriage, I would say this is a time when two separate people who have been living two different lives in two different environments come together. Things get out of hand. Things get out of hand, like the common story which you hear, the toothpaste has to start from here. So these are basically years of learning, and there are years of growth and learning. Growth is when you come into marriage, when you think like this, then as you grow you start widening your mind to think that hey, actually and then you know tachiremerako nnyo, so and then nobisiigako wadde wammwe like things like that. So there is that difference in ideologies, difference in the way you think, how things have to be handled. Even after speaking about these things, like we've said in the previous video, expectation, like what people expect and all that. But these are now, you're dealing with character. You're dealing with characters. That here in the first years of marriage, now you're like, now this is the true package
that I received.
When she removes her clothes, she leaves them right where she has left them. That she, no, not even that he.
So the navigation comes in when
you have to, you don't have to be overly sensitive. Extend grace to one another and try to find a culture or a common language for the both of you. Because you know that at your home like there's a lot of disagreement. I'm just giving, those are some of the minor. like, but it goes to major things where you see that people don't even happen to celebrate their 4th anniversary because they fell off somewhere in the middle. In those first years because
also,
of.
Beatrice, sometimes when a person talks about toothpaste, you might think, only toothpaste. Now it might not be toothpaste. But the problem is you don't flush the toilet. Maybe you forget to flush the toilet and your partner doesn't like it. Or you drop the towel here and you feel like it's like a person should know this.
Let me give you an example. When I just gotten married, we used to, I think I've ever said this, we used to use towels. So like I found it really hard that someone can use a towel, then I also come and use it. Like I would be like,
really?
Yeah. It took me a lot of time to know it's okay.
Know that it is okay.
Then remember,
to share.
Now you've gone to the level of it's okay, we can share. Sharing is caring. Then afterwards you go to now no mwetegereza agisokezawa asokeza mu face naziza hansi romu sazi ngasokeza kuge chiko gotonesi asokeza kuge like I'm like era ngamgayo.
That means you have to wash the towels
every single day.
Me, I had a lot of towels until when I relaxed about it. I was like, man,
whatever comes
there, you know, like see a singer of
maybe on that point I would just add
when you're
something.
sharing towels, really.
The thought, I don't know if you want to think about. I've never thought about it, but when you think about it, like, use it.
I think another thing that I would be slow on yourself. Just let the towels be used the way. Don't be. What term can I use?
Rigid.
Don't be rigid. Be slow on yourself. Let him use the towel. Let him use. Let her be. With time, actually. Like yesterday, we were laughing about something. Like now, it is me teaching my mentor who used to mentor me on how to organize the dining. Now it is me. But in the first years, I used not to organize those things, and people enjoy. I used not. So be slow on yourself in this first.
And we encourage communication. Like we used to talk.
And
so I'd be like,
extending grace, like the way you said,
and also talking like, like, yeah, is there anything wrong with it? No, remember when like I'm going to put it on my face. I'm just thinking. So if he's a person who is like Dennis, he'll be like, okay, and he learned like there and then it wasn't something to flex about.
Then sticking on
actually, first year, the most important thing is communication. Because remember, you're two different people, two different backgrounds. So when you do not communicate the things that you want, your partner will not know. Your partner will not know.
Everyone is behaving the way they are being behaving.
Yes. Remember, you've been into this singlehood for quite some time, like since birth. You know how your mother told you this. Now, like we grew up like no sharing towels, no sharing towels, and then here you're married, and then you want to share a towel. Me, I personally couldn't share a towel.
Even right now,
yes,
I don't.
Because I cannot even imagine. Because when I finish bathing, I don't want something wet to go on my body.
Yeah, use mine.
I don't like it. I don't. So,
but mama, for us we share.
It's okay for you guys to share.
It is okay. That is the beauty of marriage.
Communication.
Yes.
Like there are couples that shower together. Others may say, "Me don't eat a bath."
Shower. Those moments when you want.
But other people be like, we grew up knowing that married people shower together. Especially nowadays when they have bathrooms outside the main house, and they have to escort each other to the bathroom.
And the neighbors escort themselves. For outside, you be there, we are seeing your heads, and you're like,
but there are things to enjoy still in the first year, but you don't have to put pressure on yourself. Because it's a year of learning, even also housework, ladies. You know, we get into marriage when they told us you're supposed to do this,
hands-on mother.
Actually, me, I remember in my first year when we had a long honeymoon. We spent like 1 month and some days in honeymoon. So when we came back, I didn't know where to start from. Actually, I first stood because we came back at night. So, night sleeping, then in the morning you wake up and then you're like, what do I start with? Breakfast, lunch, be sure the house is looking at you and everything. You're like, man, you get that. But actually, I'm a person who wants things that are so neat. My friends, I did housework. I did housework. Actually, I'm a hardworking person. I do housework. But it's now 10 years. But man, now these days,
she relaxed on herself.
Also sometimes because it's the pressure that you get from
yes, the outside pressure, the
you
outside
have to
pressure.
do breakfast.
Yes.
So maybe you're there struggling with breakfast, you're doing what?
So you find yourself
the
quarreling a lot, arguing a lot, you pick on your partner a lot because you have pressure.
The outside pressure. Actually,
Yes.
in the first year, do not allow outside pressure to influence you.
Yes.
Talk with your partner, be yourself.
So how can a young couple navigate through the housework bit? The pressure is there. Smanya, those are your children. Don't leave them to the maid. No. It's your husband. Food. How? I mean,
Actually-
it was hard for me.
Actually, me what I've seen in these things.
You have to build a culture of your own.
But here we are talking about a couple who had just gotten married. 1 year. They even
Months,
don't know.
weeks.
Months, weeks. So the navigation there,
I think
the pressure is too much. The culture. So talk about a culture.
Building a culture, you build it as a couple. You talk about your struggles. Honey, imagine a wife who works. She's let me say, whatever she is, but she comes back at 10 or 11 in the night. So you want her to cook food when she has come back at that time. Okay? Then you want her to sleep and then have muzuke chiro musabe kusaba mwenda. Mudewo mwebake, then atazuke kumachenya kufumbire chai. That is where the culture comes from, where I've seen couples who know that at least my husband forgoes like azuka na fumba chai mwami wange yasoka wakana fumbe mmere nemukwatira wamwe ebintu like that is a culture that is only to you. Culture means that it may not apply to anyone, to every other couple, but for you it works for you. Obochitegera engoye tembo osokogolero omusajja, it is very good to iron for your husband, but can he also lend a hand and iron for you? Like that is building a culture around yourselves. So omuntu walabanga mwami nyine agolola chokate gwosibaako olunaku lulamba tosobola kwegeragiranya ne bana ate because you're home all day. You can iron your husband's clothes.
You can because you're a stay home mom.
Because you're stay at home mom. Obochitegera
That
like
is another culture to build.
Yes.
Wow. Well said.
Culture is around your lives, the couple.
As you go on to grow in your marriage, you will start realizing that some of your friends have different strengths. Some are weak with their mouth. However much you love them so much, they cannot keep a secret. But you love them, you get? So save them from the sin of rumor about you. By not telling them your secrets, all your things that are.
They're not secrets, but they are
But they are sensitive. And another thing is in friendships. I made a video about friendships. It is true that seasons change. A person who was a friend with you in 2009 is no longer a friend with you. Like she kept the secret, but now she cannot bear it, but put it out there because you're no longer friends. So this marriage thing is very sensitive. In your first years of marriage, choose wisely. Like people you go to tell your issues, because the issues are going to be there. Some of them will look
minor, and the person you tell them to, they will make them look big, huge.
There's nothing much.
Yes.
So be very, very careful.
I mean, die hard alone, no. But choose. Ask
choose
God
wisely.
to align you with the
someone.
right people. Yes. Oh wow. In these first years, actually, people of prayer, pray to God to align you with the right people. You know, you cannot move walk this journey alone.
Never.
We have people that we walk this journey with. With the
No,
Niles, we have friends that we know these are our people. We sit on the dining and we jazz, we cry, and we see it when they are looking at us. You know,
that has taken me back.
pray to God that He will give you people. In these years, start to pray.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, there are some some issues that I wish I had shared. It's something very simple. I wish I had asked for advice. I wish I had somebody
like consult.
Yes. So sometimes even being blocked, like my mother.
Yeah,
sometimes
don't.
can lead to
Don't.
depression and all that.
That's why we are saying, we are not telling you keep quiet.
Yeah.
But discern.
You need a spirit
because
of
I said,
discernment.
Pray to
Always
God
pray, yeah.
to help you. And before you know it, the cement is getting drier. Here, tisa. The cement is dry. Yeah, that was from us. Was rising how to navigate the first years in marriage. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to subscribe.
Yes.
Remember to like. Remember to review, comment. What is that you can add? Maybe you're watching, you're 10 years, you're 20 years. You can advise. Leave it in the comment box, and we shall be with you, and we shall, work together. Thank you so much. Wise Rising. Bye.